frequency. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. This is a healing frequency. This is to heal. This is to remove toxins, the throat chakra, boost your immune system, and cleanse infections. I got something on my shirt. Probably do. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Let's see if anybody is going to join me, and then I'm just going to get to my chat. The things that are on my mind today, lots and lots of thoughts this week. And I think it's just because of the state of the world, the state of our economy, the state of our government, the strength that is being shown with our unions, and the disrespect from those who are willing to break and cross the picket lines. And of course, the devastation that we're all witnessing on the continent of Africa, in Morocco, and in Libya. Lots of stuff going on. My nails are raggedy. I've been doing my own nails since pretty much the beginning of the year. I had my nails done by my cousin Mint when I was home in Detroit. I love having my nails done by my cousin. I don't necessarily enjoy the experience of going into nail shops, but I love that one-on-one time with my cousin. And when I was in Detroit, when I lived there, she did my nails. So I'm kind of spoiled. And until I can find that type of relationship with another nail tech, I'm going to stay out of the shops, those nail shops. I don't like it. Again, this is a healing frequency to remove toxins, the throat chakra, and boost your immune system, cleanse infections. So I'm going to let this play for another few minutes and see if I can get some people to join me. If not, I'm just going to get my chat out. I always feel better when I talk about the thoughts that I have. And the thoughts this week have been pretty overwhelming, to the point where I was thinking about things as I was going to sleep and trying to take notes, leaving myself notes in my phone, and then closing my eyes and going back to sleep, or trying to go to sleep. So lots of thoughts. Again, if you need these type of healing sounds, and sound is definitely important in our healing journey. If you have not experienced sound healing, I highly, highly recommend that. Again, this sound is to remove toxins, the throat chakra, boost the immune system, and cleanse infections. Stop it and then get to my chat. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hold on one second. Let me pause this. Can I pause? Hello. I cannot pause. I cannot pause. Lighting is so important for people of color, for Black women. Good lighting is everything. It just shows the true color within our skin, the true beauty of our melanin. Okay. Again, this is a healing sound to remove toxins, help with your throat chakra, boost your immune system, and cleanse infections. And I'm going to tell you why I think that this is really, really important right now. There are lots of toxins in our food, and the things that we eat, from restaurants, processed foods, the things that we buy from grocery stores. Lots of toxins in the air, lots of toxins almost everywhere we go. And there's really no way to know exactly what type of toxins we're taking into our bodies until we get sick. Till we have too many toxins that we're not processing out or cleansing out on a daily basis. And then the throat chakra, I think, is so, so very important for us to be able to speak our truth, and to speak against injustices, to use our voices in a way that creates the right vibration. The right vibration, not just any vibration. We need to vibrate higher. We need to vibrate above gun violence. We need to vibrate above the destruction of the earth. We need to vibrate higher than the mess that we're witnessing in Washington, D.C. We need to vibrate higher than the all of the things that are going on in this world. And so it's really, really important what we listen to. Sound healing is essential to cleansing ourselves, our souls, our spirits from unnecessary junk and chatter. And then boosting our immune system. I think we need to learn how to do that on our own, especially with this new variant of COVID. The new variant of COVID is going to require another level of a booster to the immunizations that they have been offering. I am concerned about that. I've talked to my mom, who is 79, to see if they have recommended the new booster for her, and she said they have not as of yet. But again, we need to learn how to boost our own immune system. And then that sound that we were listening to also cleanse infections that are inside our bodies. And so you know that you have an infection when you get a pimple, when you have a bruise that hasn't healed, or something going on, inflammation, your feet are swollen, or your hand is swollen, or something is swollen on your body. And so sound healing, I highly recommend it. So the things that I really want to talk about is I just heard that Drew Barrymore will be resuming her show, her talk show this season, crossing the picket lines of the writers' strike, and how disheartening that is, her being a member of SAG and an actor herself, knowing the importance of how we stand together really determines the outcome of these types of situations. And so that she's crossing the picket line. I heard that she went on Instagram and was crying about her reason for crossing the picket line. I just want to commend everybody that is standing with the unions, not just the Hollywood strike, not just with the SAG actors, not just with the WGA, um, but the UAW. Whether you work for the healthcare system, whether you work for auto plants or an auto parts production company, I just want to commend you all for standing with those who are striking. And I know that thinking about not having access to funds, money, and the things that we need in order to pay our bills and keep a roof over our head, which that's what most of us are doing with our money that we work for. We're just keeping a roof over our heads. Let me just turn this back on because I need some healing sound behind me. And hopefully this doesn't disturb the live. Hey, Demetrius. It's my girl. So just really want to commend those who are standing with those who are striking, and to talk about why it's so important that we do this now. It's so important that we do this right now. The minimum wage has not been increased since 2009. We have just gone through a horrific pandemic, and where a lot of people didn't know how they were going to survive without a job. And a lot of people are having a hard time returning to work because of the trauma of going through this type of world issue. I mean, like, it happened to the world. It didn't just happen to a small town. It didn't just happen to a few people. It happened to all of us. And we had to witness or even grieve the loss of life within our families and within our communities. We had to watch the nurses and the doctors try to save the lives of our loved ones when we were not even allowed to be in the hospitals, to visit them, to comfort them. Nothing we could do except to call. And that's traumatic. So I get that a lot of people don't want to put their lives on the line for a paycheck. And I think a lot of people don't really understand the stress of getting up, going to work, getting in traffic, battling your way through that, hoping that nothing happens to you on the road, just to get to work and maybe to be disrespected or just not have a safe environment, and not enjoy the work that you're doing or not feel safe in doing the work. So when we think about those who have those types of jobs, we have to get up, we have to leave our homes, we have to go out, get in traffic, fight through that, get to work, go through whatever it is that we go through at work, and then fight through traffic to get home and hopefully rejuvenate, re-energize ourselves, regenerate some peace so that we can do it all again the next day. Those who are the wealthiest don't have to fight those battles. They don't have to go through that. And that 1% of the people who hold the greatest wealth in this country don't know what that experience is for the working class. And those who are striking are the working class. Why should we have to worry about health care? Why should we have to worry about paying our medical bills? Why should we have to worry about grocery? Why should we have to worry about if we can afford gas? Why should we have to worry about if we're going to be shot on the freeway, or someone's going to have a road rage moment and, cause harm to us? Why should we have to worry about these things? And they don't have to worry. They don't have that level of worry. We do. We carry the bulk of the stress in this country. We carry the strength of this country because we're out there doing the work. And through the pandemic, of course, For those who were on the front line, they didn't even get a break. They worked through the pandemic, and still, with no reward, our salaries haven't increased. Our salaries have remained the same, and yet the CEOs and the leadership of all of these other, all of these companies, they have made gains. Profit gains. They have given themselves huge bonuses. They don't have that same level of worry and stress, and they get to work from wherever they want to work from. If they don't want to work at the job, they get to work from home. If they want to take a trip or vacation, go to their private island, whatever it is that they do, work from their yacht, they get to do that. We have to be on the front lines. We have to be in traffic. We have to be scrambling through our days in order to make a living, keep a roof over our head. So it's so important that we respect those who are striking right now and not cross picket lines. Support the writers, support the actors, support the auto workers, support the healthcare workers, support those who are giving it their all in order to show up and be there for our community. That's just that. And that Drew Barrymore thinks that her talk show is so important that she cannot respect the strike is ridiculous. So Drew Barrymore, I'm actually calling you out, and I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. On to something good. Happy 50th birthday to Nas with his fine self. He is so fine, y'all. He is 50 and fine. And so I did a reel, I think earlier this week or last week, to his song, If I Ruled the World. And I think we all need to have those thoughts. If you ruled the world, what would it look like? What would it feel like? What would be your experience? What experience would you give to others? And we need to begin to think like that in order to change the experiences that we're having now. The foolishness that we see right now, absolutely foolishness, is not the doing of those without power. It is the doing of those with power. And the experience that they're creating is the experience we're having. This is not our doing. That's number one. So happy birthday to Nas. I do want to go over another post I made. So the CEO worker pay ratio at Ford. The CEO makes 281% more. 281% more than the average UAW worker. That's at Ford. At General Motors, the CEO makes 362% more than the average worker. Does that sound right? No, it's not right. And so that's why we're definitely supporting the strike. Please support the strikes. Please support our unions. That's the only way that we get the proper care. They're not going to give us anything. I actually heard an Australian guy talk about keeping us poor and how important it was to help the economy by keeping us poor, by reminding us that we need our jobs. I hope you all are paying attention. I hope you all are paying attention. Prayers to, again, those in Morocco, those in Hawaii, those in Libya. That death toll in Libya is, I hope y'all are paying attention. The water came and washed that entire town out. Bodies have been washed out to sea. People are still in the rubble in Morocco. I will say, because I live in California, I do have a safety bag ready to go. And in my safety bag is matches, aspirins, alcohol, water, um, a, a, a battery, a portable battery to charge things, to plug things up in, um, some clothes, some really sturdy boots, hiking boots, actually. I can't remember everything that's in there, but we all need to have like a safety bag. It doesn't matter where you live. Um, I made my safety bag after the fires here last year or 2 years ago when the sky turned orange, and it was dark for almost 3 days. I just made my safety bag then, and I updated my safety bag after we had an earthquake in December of 2022, which was a small one, but it sounded like a Mack truck hit my apartment building, and all the windows shook. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had just woken up and was making some tea. I didn't even know why I was up at 4 in the morning, but that's why I was up, because I think I had been up for maybe 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, was making tea when the earthquake hit. And so I was able to see the effects it had on my building, where there was no exterior damage, no interior damage, but the windows shook and the entire building shook. Like there was like a bomb or a big truck that hit the building. And I text my neighbor, China, and I said, "What was that?" And China said, her reply was, "I think we just experienced a proper earthquake." And that earthquake, even though it was little, it was like a 3 point something, it was close to the surface. So it wasn't deep. It was really, really close to the surface. And so that makes a difference. If you are not watching the heat maps of the world, if you are not watching someone who reports on the pressure in those high activity areas for earthquakes, please start watching those things so that you can stay aware, in the know of things that might be happening. And they were actually reporting high pressure and that there was going to be some kind of movement right before the earthquake in Morocco. Um, what else do I want to talk about? Let me think. Dun, dun. I'm looking at something. Hold on. Oh, here's something. So Russell Brand, and if you don't know who he is, Google him. Russell Brand is uh, reporting. They're reporting that he's going to be exposed on TV tomorrow, and he made a YouTube video trying to get ahead of the news. And I'm going to say that any man that has abused a woman in their through their power as a through the power that they have within their career, within an industry, just know that nothing is going to stay secret forever, and everything that is in the dark is going to come to the light. I'll say that. Have a safe weekend, everyone. Have a restful weekend. Again, please stand with our unions. Don't cross their picket lines. Shame on you, Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore, shame on you. No one needs your talk show right now. And Make a safety kit, y'all. Make an emergency kit. And if you don't have one of those portable generators, get one. Blessings and miracles to us all.